The nursery colluded with the local authority to steal my children. And I believe it's called social engineering now, because they send referrals behind your back to steal children of you.
With your daughter, what excuse did social services use to take your daughter from you?
Well, there wasn't any imminent harm. Even the judge confirms in the judgment. There wasn't obvious harm. There wasn't evidential harm. But there could have been a risk of future harm. A risk of future harm. Earthquakes are a risk. How many children will the state take away from parents as a risk of future harm? How many children will go into the system as a risk of future harm?
How long was the process that ultimately took your daughter away from you?
2 months.
2 months?
2 months. Yeah, they had gotten the rubber-stamped interim care order from Manchester Family Court. 2 months were enough for them to take to take my daughter Angel away.
And Sam, what was happening to your son at that stage? Was your daughter taken before your son was born?
My daughter was taken first, and then my son was taken later. My son was taken at birth from the Countess of Chester Hospital.
But it's a very, very common story for people to say, well, even my solicitor betrayed me in the court. Yes. They promised me one thing, but in the court, they said something completely different.
For me, and other mothers would agree, and other parents would agree, that this is MLM marketing of children and a pyramid scheme of selling children. Social workers come into, not all social workers are bad, but Kafka's definitely is doing something heinous and sinister